Now, these are 7 businesses that I'm going to share with you that will get yourself out of poverty. Sure, no one likes poverty. Personally, I hate it. And I know the common enemy that we are all fighting for is poverty. We need to make our life decent. And perhaps you're there confused and you're like, oh my goodness, what exactly can I do, Joseph? Sure, I don't have a lot of money, but how can I get myself out of poverty? Probably you are, born in family where poverty was there. Your uncle was poor, your auntie was poor, your father, your grandfather, you're like, oh my goodness, I need to end this. Where can I start? Listen, this is a more practical video. This is not a motivational video. This is a practical. I personally, I grew up myself out of poverty, and there's something I can share with you. Let's get on the business. Take yourself a pen and paper. And by the way, if there's something disturbing you out there, just make sure that you're in a silent room or silent place and you watch this video. And please, if it's possible, share this video in your WhatsApp groups, in your family members groups, and to people. You can even download it and have it in your phone. Listen, this might change you a lot. Now, the business number 1 that you do, obviously, when you say something that you can do to get yourself out of poverty, definitely, I know you do not have a lot of money, say to start a business or something like that, but you are somewhere where you can be able to start. So let's get practical. I have all the notes written here so that I don't leave any stone unturned. By the way, if you're watching me, make sure that you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Why? I share this kind of things each and every day, and turn that notification bell and also like the video. Let's go to the business number 1. You can actually buy cheap items, just cheap items. You can start with as little as selling second-hand clothes. In Kenya, we call them mitumba, second-hand clothing. You can actually show up there with 2,000, 3,000. You can buy some few things and you can actually resell. The question is, where and how do you resell these things? You can actually sell this in the Facebook marketplace. You can list your items there. You can sell in IG, that is Instagram. You can sell on TikTok. You can sell on your WhatsApp group. I saw people usually, for example, I have some contacts of people who sell different things. I remember I once grabbed, kitchenware, something, a certain person was actually selling all this and he was listing them on their WhatsApp status. And I said, you know what? I like that. Could you mind that if you can deliver that? And he said, yeah, sure, I can deliver that. See, you sell those small items and cheap items because in most cases, and I stand corrected, when you're actually languishing in poverty, you tend to interact with people who somehow are in poverty. Probably you are watching this in a how can I say this, in a slum or someplace where it's a little bit not so good and something like that. So when you want to start something that you can resell to your fellow guys whom you live in your locality, you don't go for those expensive things. Am I limiting you to only the locality that you come from? No, I'm not doing that. But you have to start somewhere as you go beyond that where you actually come from. So you can start selling those small and simple things. By the way, don't give up. We still have 6 other businesses. If this one doesn't work for you, there is number 2, 3, all the way to number 7. Just hang around. So you can actually go ahead and do what? Sell those cheap and affordable items, second-hand clothing, and sell them online and such kind of places, and they can actually do something great for you. A second business that you can actually do. In Kenya, there is something called chapati. I don't know whether you guys, you have it in your country. Chapati. Chapati are simply these wheat flour dough, that dough, and then is rolled into, it looks like a tortilla if you come from the US and something like that. And then you fry them in an onion, oil in a pan somewhere. It's a round kind of thing, and then you sell it to people. I know some 2 guys somewhere who are selling this particular product. By the way, you guys, can you do this? Early in the morning, I usually go to TikTok and some sort of lives on TikTok. And there is a certain guy who usually sells this chapati there online. Okay, of course, he doesn't not sell this product online to people because these are things that you can ship to somebody somewhere, but at least he's actually online, he's showing some his of skills and what have you, how to make a very soft, fluffy chapatis and what have you. And these chapatis, you can even get into this business. Does not require a huge capital. You only need to have yourself jiko. We call it jiko here in Kenya. I don't know how you guys you call it, source of fire or source of energy and something like that. Or you can also need a pan. You also need cooking oil, and you need a 1 pack of wheat flour, which is like 2 kgs, goes for like say at most 200, and then you have like with a budget of roughly 1,000, 1,500. That's like $15. You are in business, and then you start making those nice, fluffy, quite good chapatis, and you can resell to people. And this one can actually go ahead with another business of selling the smokies, sausages, You can also do boiled eggs, and something like that. I had one guy who was actually working in one of the university, and he was selling over 2 trays of eggs, in particular day. And a tray, you're actually making like 10 shillings a profit, and you're selling 2 trays. A tray is made up of 30 eggs. That is 60 eggs multiplied by 10. That is 600 in a day. That's like $6. Sure, in Kenya, that's quite of a good amount of money. I mean, if you're in the US, $6 is close to nothing. But here, where the UN, I don't know, they say people survive here under $2 and something like that. Like if you're getting $6, I mean, you're good to go. You are doing something. You're kicking out the poverty in your life as time goes by. It really doesn't have to be the smokings and the sausages and what have you. Check out on something that can actually work in your particular place, and then pick that one out and then do the business. Some people do even sell githeri's, boiled beans, boiled dolicos beans, that's the black beans, and just do something in your locality, and then you can be able to get something in terms of coins as the time goes by. That is what exactly you pick from that particular location. Another thing that you can actually do, this one you may not need any money, is actually called running errands. Oh my goodness. Running errands. Running errands is whereby you solve people's problems. Someone has to go to water and sewerage company to file some things, or maybe to deliver certain thing. Someone has to go to the Kenya Power, or maybe certain company. Someone has to deliver some packages. There's some packages has to be picked, let's say from courier services. Something has to be, you get that. For example, if you go to the developed countries, you realize that they already have a laid system where a courier service can deliver your thing up to the doorstep. In Kenya, we are living in a kind of disorganized way. We really don't have those. Okay, there are some estates that they have that defined location where you can say come to street ABC on the house number 81234, and then someone can come to your place. But here there has to be a way of finding out where that particular individual lives. So you can actually go out there and you can show to the offices and talk to these people. You know what? Oh wow, you can actually authorize me to pick your kid from your school. If you are comfortable doing that, you can actually authorize me to actually go deliver this mail. You can actually authorize me to go do this in your particular and what have you, provided you have an enclosed envelope, and make sure that whatever is being delivered is still not untapped, so that you can be able to protect your security and what have you. I mean, this is not quite a new area. This is an area where you find like everyone, a lot of people actually doing it, where you run these errands and what have you. There is actually a lot of cash to be made out of this particular engagement. And this one, you only need to be yourself, and you need to know different places, different offices, what is taken where and what have you, and then you are in business. Then you grow yourself to the next level. Probably what you need in between, before you get your first salary, if you're not doing the PODs, that is the paid on delivery, you can actually have a little bit of cash, like 2 or 3K set aside for the purposes of paying your fare, taking your place to one location to the other for you to actually deliver that particular thing. Another thing that you can also do on this is actually doing tutoring and coaching. For God's sake, there's something that tutoring and coaching. There's something that you can be able to coach people. There's something that let's say, for example, if you're that guy who knows how to make up very nice and fluffy chapatis, you can coach people how to do that. You know what, guys, by the way, I would like you even to post this video, or maybe watch it to the end, then go check on YouTube, like how to make fluffy chapatis. You find those videos that have over 1 million views, 2, 10, 15 million views. Why? Because this is a dish that is so much stable here in Kenya and in East Africa at large, even beyond our borders. Even if you go to like Asia, like India, actually the origin of that particular dish is from India. So therefore, it's a thing that you can actually go ahead. If you have mastered the skill, you can actually coach people. Hey, this is how you make it. I remember not less than 3 days ago, I was Googling how to make pilau. And you can be able to do that, how to make chicken biryani, how to make this. And there you are, you're sitting on your talent. You know how to do these things. You can actually make a very good homemade burger. You can actually make a very nice, breakfast. Maybe perhaps you are a graduate of, say, the hospitality and what have you. There is something that you are this guy who actually studied the tourism and hospitality and what have you. You can actually make some content advising people. Hey, by the way, this is how you organize a pack for 10. If you would like to visit somewhere, you can be able to do this. There are those tips that you have. Let us learn to monetize the skills that you studied in school, so that you can make some cash, out of that particular skill. Let us not have the belief and mentality of only being employed to a company for you to get money out of that particular thing. If the company is seeing value in you to employ you to bring their value, then why don't you yourself sell the value in other way around, so that you can as well make something out of exactly that. We are on a business number 5. Let's go to the business number 6. Business number 6 is actually doing something something called, well, this one may only be applicable if you come from up country. You can be able to do some farming. If you have a land at your disposal, then you can pick something out of that particular land and maybe you can do the planting. By the way, I also tell people that you cannot download a burger. No matter how smart you are, no matter how an IT expert you are, you cannot download a burger. You still need a farmer. There was a certain joke that was going rounds and people were saying, hey, you know what? You need a farmer 3 times a day, you know. And it's true, you need farmer 3 times a day. I mean, if you believe in eating 3 times a day, it is what it is. And the fact remains that if you ask me where the billionaires will come in future, they will come from agriculture, technology, and also the beauty and fashion. So if you can pick any of those 3 industries, then you can be able to do something out of it. Are we together? So now, when we talk about farming, if you can actually start with, say, a few chicks, the thing with farming is that you have to, you have to give it time, Apparently, it's like everything, you have to give it time for it to actually show some result and grow yourself and take yourself to the next level. So yeah, farming, you can be able to do that. And because I want to save your time, we can go to the last one, which is actually cleaning services. This one is quite interesting. And these cleaning services, you can actually do the cleaning in the offices, you can do cleaning at home, you can actually do door-to-door, services whereby you can say, hey, you know what, I'm so and so, I'm good at cleaning my cleaning couches or cleaning, floors and what have you. Oh, by the way, in any way, do you have a problem, with pests, like cockroaches and what have you? I'm good at this, I can be able to do this. And whenever you are doing that, please make sure that you record so that at least if you go to the next client, you can be able to show them, indeed, this is a proof that indeed my work actually works. So if you give me a shot, I can actually give you a discount. That's what I do for my first time clients, so that at least we can build a, I mean, there is a way you can actually talk yourself through to your clients and be able to get that particular gig. I saw 2 ladies actually do this specific thing. I also saw a certain idea that I can share with you. I don't know how it can be practical to your place. I saw a group of 4 ladies, these ladies were actually cooking for the the bachelors and the spinsters. These are people who are not married, and maybe you're too busy whatever you are doing somewhere, and then you're showing up at the evening to your home. You don't even have time to cook, and you don't want to eat from a hotel or a restaurant. Then you find they come to your place. Why are they going in force? Because in the midst of the business, you might actually find people who can even harass you in one way or the other. So it is good at least you operate as 2 or as 3, and then they come to your place, they clean your place, they cook you, they make sure they prepare everything, and they go and you pay them. That is it. And they're making good cash. Anyway, that's an idea that if you can be able to incorporate it in your country, you can actually kick poverty out of that. You can even start with your neighborhood, and start solving those problems as you move to the next level. The discount now there, that is the point number 8. You can actually do what we call mobile salon and barbershop. Mobile salon stroke barbershop. If you are good at shaving, you've never been employed somewhere in a barbershop or a salon, you know how to plait hair and make hair, don't have to collect all the cash for you to start this particular business. You can show up to people's places. For example, if you come to Africa, you find like ladies, sometimes they spend a little bit of time, enjoying back at home. Show up to them, tell them I can be able to make this, I can make this hairstyle. Whenever you make them, take some pictures and show them, hey, I can actually give out this one. Whenever you need my services, you can actually give me a call. You see, for that, you don't need to have a whole chunk of capital for you to actually start that particular business. Then that means you can actually start from there as you grow yourself to the next level. Did you just see exactly what our guys have done? I have not shared with you like whole of our new invented ideas. I've just simply shown you some of the things that you can actually pick. And the way I've shared that video, it may be perceived as easier said than done, which is true. But in anything, it requires effort, dedication, commitment, and sacrifice for you to achieve that particular thing. And I really hope if you can pick any of those 7 businesses that I've shared with you, can truly transform yourself and take yourself from the poverty situation that you are in to the next level. And if it does, please don't forget, I'm just a call away. That's my number up there. When things goes well, give me a call. You know what? Even if things doesn't go well, still stay put on this video, or rather this particular channel of mine. Let's talk, because we're here to help each other, just like an iron sharpens another iron. See you in the next one. By the way, if you need my services in one way or the other, that's my number from there. Pick it, shoot me a call. Let's talk business.